everyone, welcome back to another explainer. So today, we're bringing some seriously high energy to a topic that, well, let's be honest, kind of has a reputation for being a bit dry. We're talking about project management. But guess what? Literally anyone can be an amazing project manager. You just got to stop thinking like some boring traditional boss and start thinking like a team captain.
Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever survived a completely messy, chaotic school group project? You know the exact one I'm talking about. Like, 3 people are arguing over nonsense, one poor person is stuck doing literally all of the work, and nobody actually knows what the teacher even asked for in the first place. It's a total mess, right? Well, that exact same dynamic happens in professional workplaces too. But it really doesn't have to be that way. So, what exactly is a project? Our expert today, Adriana Girdler, gives us this brilliant, super simple definition. A project is absolutely not some scary, complex monster. It's just an activity with a clear start, a definitive end, and a very specific goal. Honestly, it's just like a race. You've got a starting line, you've got a finish line, and you know exactly what you're trying to win. So, if you're doing something that eventually finishes and has a specific result, congrats, you are running a project.
All right, moving on to section 1. People make the team.
Here's the thing. The absolute secret to winning the game isn't having fancy charts or expensive software. Nope, it's about understanding the actual players on your team. According to project management expert Jim Lewis, a group is really just a bunch of people who happen to be involved. They're basically just sitting in the same room. But a team is fully committed. They work together, they help each other out, and they share the exact same goal to win. Your main job as captain is to turn that messy group into a super focused team.
Which brings us to section 2, the 4 stages of teams.
Now, here's a big secret. Teams do not just magically work perfectly on day 1. I mean, just like making a new group of friends, your team actually has to grow and learn about each other. Broken down into super simple terms, every single team goes through 4 steps. Step 1, everyone is polite and just kind of figuring out how they fit in. Step 2, people start arguing a little bit out of frustration. Step 3, everyone finally calms down and you make some rules together. And step 4, well, that's when you are finally having fun and winning together.
Now, there are actual official textbook terms for these stages that are totally great to know. We've got forming, storming, norming, and performing, right? So forming is when you just get together and act polite. Storming is when all those arguments and confusion happen. Norming is when things finally get normal and organized. And performing is when you are just doing an awesome job. Knowing these professional secret words helps you spot exactly what your team is going through at any given moment.
The really crucial point here is that a truly great team captain changes how they lead depending on the team's stage. During the forming stage, your job is to give crystal clear instructions so nobody is confused. When the storming arguments start up, you basically have to be a cheerleader. Listen, support, and encourage them. In norming, you can start sharing choices and voting on decisions together. And finally, in performing, your team is doing so incredibly well that you can just take a step back and let them shine.
Let's move right along to section 3, the team captain's playbook.
So now that we know how teams grow, we definitely need some rules to keep everybody happy. Every great captain needs a trusty playbook, right? Experts Marge and Simon actually give us 5 rules for team commitment. First, hang out often, even if it's just on a quick video call, so you actually feel like a real team. Second, make sure everyone gets a win by helping them reach their personal goals. Third, pick a goal that matters, because honestly, nobody wants to play a game they just don't care about. Fourth, share the same big dream. And fifth, and this is a huge one, don't compete against your own friends. Keep the competition entirely outside the team.
Another absolutely crucial tool in your playbook is documentation. Okay, I know, I hear you, that sounds exactly like boring homework. But Adriana Girdler points out that documentation is literally just writing things down so we don't forget the game plan. If you don't write down the rules and the plays, people are going to forget what they're supposed to do, and boom, the project gets messy all over again. Just write it down early, and it will save you massive amounts of time later on.
You're also going to need something called meeting facilitation. Now, while that might sound like super complex corporate jargon, it simply means making sure everyone plays nicely and actually gets a turn to speak. Meetings are pretty much your team's lifeline. Being a good facilitator means you're basically acting like a really gracious host at a party. You keep everyone on track, you make sure nobody hogs the microphone, and you ensure that every single person feels heard.
And that brings us to our final part, Section 4, winning the game together.
As we start nearing the finish line, we need to figure out how to keep the energy and motivation super high all the way to the end.
Adriana Girdler offers this genuinely awesome, kind of kawaii-approved tip. Use a theme, like Lego characters, to just inject some fun into your projects. She actually uses Emmett from the Lego Movie for her own teams. Look, work can be hard, and sometimes there are fires to put out, but picking a fun theme gives everyone a real reason to smile while they're working hard together.
Our final piece of advice comes straight from Jim Lewis's textbook, and it goes perfectly with this idea. Look at managing projects as a fun challenge or a game. Seriously, if it doesn't strike you as a game, it probably won't be very exciting for anyone involved. But if you frame your project like a really cool puzzle to solve with your friends, you and your team are going to have an absolute blast getting to that finish line.
So, what is the crucial takeaway today? It's that you already have absolutely everything you need to lead a team. You know the 4 stages they go through. You've got your trusty playbook, and you know exactly how to make it fun. Which leaves me with one final, very important question for you to think about. What will your next big project be? I really hope you feel fully empowered to put on your captain's hat and start building your very own dream team today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.